Hello. Today we are making a Nasi Goreng. It is an Indonesian dish that I was introduced to when I was in Bali a couple weeks ago. It feels like just yesterday in some ways, and it feels like a year ago in some ways. So I'm so excited to share this dish with you because I had the opportunity to try it in different forms, and I actually was able to enjoy it gluten-free while I was there in Bali. But today, when I say I'm adding the Colorado part, that's really the culinary nutrition side of me because we're going to add in a few more veggies than I experienced in Bali. And we're going to use gluten-free 100% ingredients, 100% clean, nutritive, delicious ingredients. So, shall we jump in? Okay, let's have fun. And I will tell you, I do not have access to comments on this screen, but please, if you are here live, light up the comments, whether you're talking to each other and or if you have questions, you have my word. I will get to those questions at the end of this demonstration. So again, this is called Nasi Goreng. It is made all over Indonesia. You can look up different recipes online. I saw about 100 when I Googled it. So if you wanted to follow along or if you want to try to make this on your own, please go ahead, Google a fresh recipe. But then, of course, use the substitutions that you know your culinary nutritionist friend named Michelle Fox would encourage you to use. I will give you a heads up just on a few things. One, a lot of the recipes I saw asked for tamarind and also just plain white sugar to add that sweetness. So I have this toasted coconut sugar, which is going to be lower on the glycemic level, lower on the glycemic index. So that's one way we can make it a little bit healthier. A lot of the recipes ask for soy sauce, and as we know, most soy sauce does contain wheat. So we want to use a gluten-free soy sauce that can come in the form of what's called tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce and tastes identical. We also have liquid aminos, which is what I'm using today, and it is still a soy product, organic, um, but it's not going to be inflammatory and it is completely wheat-free, dairy-free, sugar-free. So we like that. A lot of the recipes call for a red hot chili pepper, and the type I experienced over there, I could not find in the grocery store here in Colorado. So locally, we have jalapeno peppers. So we're going to add the heat with some jalapeno peppers. I just chopped these a little bit earlier on Instagram. If you want to see your girl looking silly with goggles, head over there. Stay here if you just want to see her looking silly with, the headphones on and just being silly me. I cannot tell you how happy I am to be back in the kitchen. So, thank you for being here. And let's dig in. I think enough about that, the setup. But actually, I can't make any promises because, if I forgot something, we're going to talk about the nutrition benefits. I can't help myself. Okay, so we're gonna grab some shallots. We're gonna just saute them up, get them nice and crispy because they're already kind of sweet in their own form. But as we crisp them up, I'm gonna put them in this bowl. We're gonna use arrowroot flour. That's one of the substitutions I didn't mention earlier. A lot of the recipes I saw use corn flour or cornstarch to get that kind of light, sauteed, crispy edge. We're going to use arrowroot because corn, as we know, is inflammatory for most of our bodies. And it's mainly just because of the way it's harvested in this day and age. We are going to use arrowroot flour, which you can typically find in most grocery stores. I think I got this one at King Soopers, but you can get it at Sprouts, Whole Foods. And I'm just going to kind of lightly dust the shallots to have a nice coating. Sweet, and that's the arrowroot flour, and then a little bit of the sea salt. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, we know we want the sea salt or Himalayan pink salt because it's natural and it doesn't have the harmful chemicals that white stuff that's on some of our tables. I'm not judging you. I'm judging you. Get the white stuff out. We only want the sea salt or the Himalayan pink salt in our bodies because it is natural. It comes from nature. Okay, so now it's all, you can see, just lightly coated with the ingredients. And now I'm going to use avocado oil. It's another thing I didn't necessarily notice. And I say necessarily because I didn't look for it. But we're going to use avocado oil instead of, ooh, and we've got some smoke points. So let's turn this heat down a little bit. So we want to saute it. We don't want to burn the heck out of it. So I'm turning the heat down there. But avocado oil is another one of our healthy fats. So we've got the avocado oil. You could also do this one with coconut oil. That would be delicious. And get ready for the sear. Here we go. And for my newbies, when we cook, especially with hot oil, we want to push the food away from our body so that as things start heating up and sizzling, that oil is not coming towards us. It's going away from our body because nobody gets burned or cut in my kitchen. We all come away with happy, healthy bellies. All right, we're going to let this simmer for a bit. I can tell you I'm reading or kind of eyeballing a recipe here. And I don't want to give away, any names because again, nasi goreng can be made a few different ways, but the basic ingredients are going to be our gently sauteed shallots. We're going to have our rice, which I'll talk about in a moment, how we want to prepare that. We're going to have something spicy, which is the peppers, and we're going to have something tangy, which is the tamari that we're choosing to use, and then something sweet, which is going to be tomato paste and coconut sugar for this recipe. So let's get this simmered. Whew, smells so good. I wish we had smell-o-vision, which I have a feeling like it's probably going to be a real thing the way technology goes these days. But it is smelling so good. And we're just going to let that simmer, and you'll just have to take my word for it. Okay. So we've got that. So I don't need this recipe. Let me actually go over to Facebook and see who is in the room. And hopefully I'll be able to see comments to see if there are any questions. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we can see comments. So we're in business. So if you are joining and if you are just coming in the room, feel free to ask me about the process that I'm using to cook, and or if you have any questions about Bali itself, your girl, I am an open book. I'm happy to share my experience, whether it's about the travel, whether it's about some of the business learnings that I came away with, and of course, whether you ask me today or not, I'm going to share in the next couple of weeks and days. So you've got me, or I've got you. I've got you. These are getting nice and sauteed. And yes, I get very excited about a delicious food. If you don't follow me yet on Instagram, I encourage you that today and or this week will be the week to do it because I have posted photos, I have posted videos, I have posted stories about beautiful Bali. And so my goal in sharing that with you is one, to bring you into the experience so that you can experience it with me, but also two, to encourage you that if you want to travel, now is the time. Make the time because it's so worth it to step out of our comfort zones. With that said, I will tell you, I was out of my comfort zone. Embarrassingly, but I'm okay admitting, I did not learn the language ahead of time. And so that was an extra step that I really wish in hindsight I would have paid a little bit more attention to. So, hip tip there, when you travel to another country, I encourage you to learn the language, at least the basics before you get there. That's probably my only regret at this point. Okay, we are sizzling away. Next, the rice. I told you I'd mention the rice. So we want to cook the rice ahead of time, but then we also want to chill the rice in the fridge for at least an hour ahead of time. This was chilled for about 2 hours because when we chill the rice, it keeps the moisture in. And this is going to be essentially a beautiful vegetable fried rice with a gorgeous egg on top. And when we fry rice, when it's cool, then it keeps the moisture and it doesn't get like, I'm sure we've all had dry rice in our lives. It doesn't get dry, which is really nice and delicious. So that's a hip tip there as I look around. Let's see, we've also got the fish sauce, which just adds a very nice flavor. And then I pulled out my chili garlic sauce because the recipe I found didn't necessarily ask for it, but I think that'll just add another nice element of spice. I'm going to eat this for lunch, but there will be plenty left over to share for Steve's dinner tonight. So he is my spice guy. He likes it super spicy. So we'll probably do something in the middle and he can add his hot sauce on top if he prefers. We're almost done with the shallots. I don't know if you can see it from there. Oh, no, it looks like the screen's a little cut off, but should you choose to make this at home, you know what fried shallots look like. So on that note, I'm gonna pull out a paper towel lined plate. And I'm just gonna put our shallots there. I'm gonna add a little bit more yum. I'm gonna put that to the side for now. Let that soak up some of the oil. And as it heats on, I'm gonna add more avocado oil. And now we are just gonna cook up some of the spices. So a little bit of the fish sauce. Ooh, that smells good. Let's turn the heat down a little bit on that. Some of the tomato paste. Ooh, who's getting extra spicy? The jalapeno peppers. Oh yeah. Spice on top of flavor, on top of more flavor. Mmm. And the fish sauce is definitely fishy, but in a good way. The yummy, delicious kind of fishy sauce. We're also going to add in the sugar, the coconut sugar, and just make a nice sauce. Mmm. So as you can tell, we're getting that sweet and savory combination going here. Now I'm going to add the tamari. Well, I call it tamari, which we know is the gluten-free soy sauce. But today, as I showed, I'm actually using the coconut aminos. Well, I said coconut, the liquid aminos by Bragg's. You can find that pretty much in any grocery store. And we'll just let that simmer for a moment. Let me hold it up just because it's so beautiful. It kind of looks like Christmas with the green and the red. Isn't that beautiful? Woo! So we're going to put that there. We're just going to let these spices simmer as we open up a beautiful garlic clove. We're going to mince a clove of garlic real quick, and we'll add that to our delicious sauce. Let's see. And now we want to take the skin off, of course. That one's pretty well taken care of. Yum! Garlic is one of my all-time favorite scents. I know some people don't love having the garlic smell on your fingers. I love it. If you don't, feel free to wear gloves while you cook. There's no harm in wearing gloves. In fact, I just did an an Instagram live with blue gloves on. Let's see. And my goggles, if you want to check those out. So far with these ingredients, I don't need the goggles. Think we're good. Right now it's just savory. It's not hurting my eyes, thank goodness. But it's smelling so good. Oh my goodness. Let's mince the garlic a little bit smaller. Although I do like a good chunky garlic too. Although who are we kidding? I like garlic in all its forms. It's anti-inflammatory, it's antiviral, and it's just delicious. Okay, so let's let the garlic simmer a bit and then we will add our rice. Mmm. Here, I'll let the smells waft through the screen. Yours to have, yours to enjoy. Let's see if we have any comments or questions. Looks like we're good. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is called Nasi Goreng. It is typically an Indonesian dish. I'm sure it's made all over the world. However, it became popular there, and that's where I was introduced to it. I was in Bali for a 6-day business boot camp with Glow Atanmo, and I learned so much that, again, I will share as the days and the weeks and the months go by. Hopefully you can see I am just feeling inspired. I am feeling inspired to try new things. I am inspired to grow my business in new ways. And more important, I am inspired to find ways to serve you better. I want healthier communities, and I know we can do that one person at a time. So we're doing that today with healthifying our nasi goreng. We also are learning some great new tips in Costa Rica. I'll share more at the end, but if you have either seen it or not, maybe this is the first time you're hearing about it, I would love to invite you, if you are a woman over 40, to my retreat in Costa Rica. It's called Take Me to the Water. We'll be in Manuel Antonio, and we already have massages lined up. We're working on an essential oil experience. We have a full moon ceremony planned. I was going to say provided, but planned. Head to michellefox.com/retreat. Pardon me. Head to michellefox.com/retreat. You'll see all of the beautiful details there and consider joining us. I would love to have you. All right, time to add the rice. And you can see it's a little chunky. I did whole grain rice. And it's a little chunky because, as I mentioned earlier, I did refrigerate the rice for a little over 2 hours. And that's going to make it easier to cook with, but also it's going to keep the moisture in so we have delicious fried rice, not dried fried rice. So you'll have to mix it in and get out some of the chunks, but make sure all of the sides of your rice are covered in this delicious sauce. And it will take probably up to about 5 minutes to get everything covered, but also to get the rice itself heated through. And we definitely want our rice warm. Nobody's got time for cold fried rice. Oh my goodness, the scents are a little bit of heaven. Here we go. And don't be afraid to get in there. And yes, I have a wok. I held it up a little moment ago. I apologize, it's not on the screen right now. But the wok is probably going to be your best bet because then you have more surface space to cook with and more surface space to actually heat up your food. So highly recommend a wok if you don't have one already. Little plug for Sur La Table. It's where I do additional cooking classes, and they have wonderful woks if you want to go shopping there. If you happen to be here in Denver, just let me know. And, I'm sure we can work out some discounts somehow for my friends. Mmm, yum, 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 yum. And, did I mention you're also going to get an arm workout? This is a great, arm workout that's happening in here too, but it's going to be worth it because it's going to be delicious. Okay, so let's let that sit just for another minute or two. To give you a heads up, once it does warm up, we are going to make space and we're going to scramble up an egg. And that's how we get that delicious, pieces of egg that you see in fried rice. And then while that's cooking up, we will fry up an egg to put on top of the delicious fried rice. To make sure I don't forget, this is a vegetarian dish, but you can, of course, add, shredded let's try that again. You can, of course, add shredded chicken. I know ground lamb is pretty common with this dish. That would be delicious. You could have this as a side to perhaps, a big, beautiful salad and or grilled steak. That could be delicious as well. So keep an open mind and just experiment. But now, whether you're making the nasi goreng or not, hopefully this is helping you learn how to make fried rice in a healthier way. It's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, and it's sugar-free for the most part, if you don't count the coconut sugar. So hopefully that helps. All right, so let's do another stir about. Let's see, I see something pop into the right of my screen. Let's see what that is. Oh, maybe it's just the captions. Okay. So I'm gonna get another mix, but now I'm pushing the rice to 1/2, so like the far end of the pot. I'm gonna put in a little more of the avocado oil. Oh, ouch, there goes my spatula. You never know what's happening in this kitchen. It's all good. It's gonna stay there for now because I've got more spatulas. We're all good. Okay, so we got the avocado oil. We'll let that heat up for just a moment. I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit higher now that we're working with an egg. And then we'll just take a moment to dance. As we know, dancing, whether it's in the kitchen or anywhere else, is going to help us to relax because it's creating that oxytocin, the hormone that I call it the happy hormone. Oxytocin helps us to relax, it helps us to feel good, it helps us to feel nurtured and loved. And that is what I am feeling. So thank you for being part of the journey with me. Here we go. Let's scramble up an egg. All right, I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit more. We'll give it a moment to heat up. Can send this egg some good choo-choo. All right, it's moving. So let me grab my larger spatula. I'm going to break up the egg and just scramble it, just like you do a scrambled egg. I was going to say in the morning, on the weekend. Maybe you're one of those that loves to do breakfast for dinner. We like to do that here sometimes. So we're just scrambling up the egg. And we do want it like right before it gets hard. So we do want it pretty fully scrambled before we mix it into the egg. Because if we were to mix it now where it's kind of soft and gooey, it would be okay, but then our rice is going to be clumpy. So I want to make sure that this scrambled egg is completely scrambled. While we're doing that, I'm going to turn the heat on for the second burner, and we are going to make a sunny side up egg for the top of our nasi goreng. Looks like we had some flying rice over there, flying from this pan to this pan. And then once the egg scrambles, we'll also add our beautiful green onions. All right, scramble, scramble, scramble. Mm. Oh my goodness, the smells in this kitchen. I do wish I could share that with you in person. Which actually, again, another plug for Sur La Table. Come cook with me if you're in the Colorado area. I can tell you I will be cooking next Monday at 4:30. That's a kids class. And then sadly, I'm a bit booked for the month of September. But in October, I will definitely share my cooking schedule with you. And I would love to have you come join us. It would be a lot of fun. So the egg was scrambled. So now I'm mixing it into the rice. And so now we're getting nice bits of egg in the rice mixture. I'm still kind of unchunking, one of my favorite words, chunk, but I'm unchunking some of the rice that we've put in. Now I'm also going to add our green onion for more nutrients and also more flavor. I did not forget about you, chili garlic sauce. We're going to add this towards the end to keep that spiciness, a little extra kick. Oh my goodness. It also adds some beautiful red color to the rice. And now let's just mix that all together. So we've got the reds running through the rice. We've got the greens running through the rice. And I will show it all to you momentarily. In fact, let's see if I can just move it now because I think we're done with the cutting board. Let's see if I can move this without the cord coming undone. Let's see, we're getting closer, closer, closer. This is a little bit better. Okay. Oh my goodness, yum. Okay, so now let me just change the burners. We're gonna leave the rice on low just to keep it warm. And now we're gonna move a new pan to the burner to make the fried egg. Okay, I'm gonna use this just because I don't wanna burn myself. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt on top of my fried egg. Turn the heat up a little bit on the egg. Turn the heat down on the rice. But as we're waiting for the egg to fry, I'm happy to show you this gorgeous wok. Doesn't that look good? We've got us some fried rice, y'all. Yum. Okay. And our fried egg is coming right along. Let me see if we have any questions or comments. All right. Not yet. All right. So just another heartfelt invitation if you want to join us in Costa Rica to learn new skills in the kitchen. And actually, let me pause because some of my friends have told me that they do not love to cook. Do not worry, all activities in Costa Rica will be optional, but we do have 2 culinary nutrition workshops planned and 1 activity planned with a private chef that we will have in our home for the week. We'll have a beautiful pool. We'll be right there on the beach and in Manuel Antonio, and we will hear the howler monkeys as well. So it's going to be magical. And if you are a woman over 40, I would love to have you join us. All right, this egg is going for it. So while it's sizzling up, let's get our plate ready. I'm going to scoop up some of our gorgeous rice. And again, this is Colorado style. I believe there would have been tamarind in this, which is red fruit, in Bali. I did not have that here. And so it's not as red as it would be, but it's got the Colorado flavor to it. So it's still going to be delicious. I'm going to give this egg a little bit more time. Most of the eggs, the prize is to have it a bit runny. I don't always love it super runny, but I'll still, I'll still give it a minute. Let's grab our crunchy shallots. I'm going to put that on top. Oh my goodness, yum. It looks like I probably would have chopped these next time around. I'll chop them a little bit smaller, but those are gorgeous. All right, I'm going to turn the heat off on both of these. Let's grab this beautiful fried egg. Hello, egg. Oh, and bam. And here we are, our nasi goreng. I'm looking at it right now on the screen. I'm like, it looks a little bit different than what our chef made, but I'm going to taste it and see if it at least tastes similar because it's smelling really, really good. All right, so we're going to break that yolk, get some of that creaminess in the rice. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, please, and thank you. This is gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to let it cool just a bit, but I'm getting the rice, the shallot, the peppers. Yeah, I love you. And I'm not going to burn my mouth for the show. I think we can have both. I think we can have a fun show and delicious food. No burns, no cuts. Let's see. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we did it. It tastes delicious, and it does bring me back to the table at the villa in Bali. This is so good. So, I hope you enjoy this. I'm about to enjoy this for my lunch. I hope it has inspired you to perhaps try your own new dish and perhaps inspire you to travel more. And then, lastly, of course, to inspire you to join us in Costa Rica December 7th. If you are a woman over 40, I would love to have you with us. All right, I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now.